Welcome to a special edition of Beyond the Text. In this unique series, we delve deep into the intellectual history of some of the world's most influential philosophers and political theorists. Join us as we explore the profound insights, groundbreaking ideas, and enduring legacies of these great minds in Beyond the Text, Thinkers. In each episode, we take you on a journey through time and ideas, from the ancient wisdom of Aristotle to the modern brilliance of John Locke. We unearth the foundations of human thought, discover how their philosophies shape societies and continue to influence our world today. Through meticulous research and engaging storytelling, Beyond the Text Thinkers uncovers the personal lives, controversies, and intellectual transformations of these luminaries. Join us on this cerebral adventure where the past meets the present and philosophy takes center stage. So welcome to Beyond the Text Thinkers.
Welcome back to the fourth and final part of Beyond the Text Thinkers on Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Today, we delve into his profound ideas around the nature of freedom, sovereignty, and the social contract. With his famous phrase, "Man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains," Rousseau challenges us to question the role of the modern state in our lives. Join us as we explore his thought-provoking philosophy and its implications for our understanding of political authority and governance. To kick things off, let's explore Rousseau's central concept, the social contract. In his work, The Social Contract, he contends that we are born free and yet we find ourselves constrained by society. This tension between natural freedom and societal restrictions forms the basis of his philosophy. According to Rousseau, legitimate political authority can only emerge through a social contract, an agreement among all citizens for mutual preservation. That's right, the collective assembly of all citizens is referred to as the sovereign in Rousseau's writings. Interestingly, he likens the sovereign to an individual person, arguing that just as individuals have their own wills for self-interest, the sovereign embodies the general will for the common good. And this general will is of utmost importance. It's the foundation of legitimate authority, but it's not absolute in all matters. Rousseau suggests that the sovereign's authority is restricted to public concerns, and he even goes so far as to recommend the death penalty for those who breach the social contract. So how does this general will manifest itself? Rousseau argues that it is most evident in the general and abstract laws of the state, which are created early in the state's life by a neutral, non-citizen lawgiver. These laws must safeguard liberty and equality, but can vary based on local circumstance. The general will shapes the legislative power of the state through these laws. However, a state also requires a government to manage day-to-day operations. Governments come in various forms such as democracy, aristocracy, and monarchy, depending on a state's size. Rousseau sees monarchy as the most potent form, especially suitable for larger populations and warmer climates. But there's a catch. The government and the sovereign are almost always at odds. This friction can eventually lead to a state's dissolution, although healthy states can endure for centuries. To maintain a balance, the people express their sovereignty by regularly convening in assemblies. It's a challenge to get all citizens to participate, but Rousseau stresses that it's crucial for the state's well-being. When citizens elect representatives or attempt to buy their way out of public services, the general will is silenced, putting the state in peril. When citizens do gather in assemblies, they must not vote based on personal desires, but in alignment with the general will. In a well-functioning state, these assembly votes should nearly reach unanimity. Rousseau uses the example of the Roman Republic to illustrate how even large states can successfully assemble their citizens. Additionally, Rousseau recommends establishing a tribunate to mediate between the government and the sovereign, as well as between the government and the people. In times of crisis, temporary dictatorships may be required, and the censor's office should voice public opinion. Here's something interesting. While Rousseau champions personal beliefs in private life, he also suggests that the state should enforce a public religion that promotes good citizenship among all citizens. That's right. The idea here is to foster a sense of community and shared values that bind the citizens together. But how does this coexist with individual liberty? Rousseau's philosophy offers a unique perspective on this delicate balance. So, in wrapping up this segment of the episode, we've journeyed through Rousseau's intricate philosophy outlined in his The Social Contract. We've explored the concept of the sovereign, the general will, the role of laws, governance, and the challenges that arise in the relationship between the government and the sovereign. We've also considered the role of assemblies and the need for citizens to vote in line with the general will, the establishment of a tribunate, and the intriguing idea of a public religion to promote good citizenship. Rousseau's ideas continue to spark thought-provoking debates about the nature of political authority and governance, offering valuable insights for our modern world. Join us after the break, where we'll touch on education and Jean-Jacques Rousseau's book, Emile. Welcome back. In 1762, Jean-Jacques Rousseau unveiled Emile, a groundbreaking treatise that sparked a paradigm shift in thinking about childhood education. The book's core principles emphasized that children must be educated in alignment with their evolving minds, and that society often hinders and corrupts their natural growth. One of the most contentious aspects of the book was its assertion that religious doctrine should not be forced upon children, causing a major uproar and leading to the banning and public burning of copies. This extreme reaction propelled Rousseau to international fame and established him as both a novelist and a philosopher. Rousseau's revolutionary ideas, as found in Emile and his political treatise The Social Contract, left an indelible mark on education, philosophy, and politics. These ideas continue to inspire revolutionaries, educators, and political theorists to this day. His thoughts on democracy, the general will, and his radical views on education have played a significant role in shaping modern thought. Emile is structured into 5 distinct books, each addressing various facets of a child's education. Throughout the text, we encounter a fictional student named Emile, whose experiences vividly illustrate Rousseau's educational approach. The first book argues that even infants and toddlers are constantly learning and should not be overly sheltered. Rousseau champions the idea that nature is the ultimate teacher, and it is never too early for a child to start learning from it. In this stage, Rousseau encourages children to explore the world around them, rejecting the practice of swaddling and confinement. In the second book, Rousseau condemns the traditional approach of treating children like miniature adults, focused solely on scholarly knowledge. He emphasizes that childhood is a time to learn from nature, understanding the rules of the physical universe and developing good judgment and intuition. Rousseau's ideal classroom is the great outdoors, where young minds can gain valuable wisdom by actively engaging their senses and bodies. In Book 3, he introduces the idea of children exploring their interests, which can lead to the development of a profession or trade that ensures their independence throughout life. Here they can grasp basic scientific principles that align with the lessons of nature. Rousseau's philosophy encourages busy, engaged students who do not require excessive restriction or punishment. In Book 4, Rousseau delves into the challenges of adolescence, when young people are easily distracted by emotions and societal pressures. He advocates tutors who keep their pupils focused on practical skills while shielding them from the complexities of society. This is a critical stage where compassion for others must be nurtured, preventing students from becoming greedy and corrupt. Notably in Book 4, Rousseau introduces his own teenage years. A Savoyard priest took him in, imparting the values of self-reliance and compassion. The priest's beliefs that challenge the blind obedience to authority, encouraging individuals to think for themselves while remaining faithful. Book 5 narrates the culmination of Emile's education as he enters his late teens and encounters Sophie, the woman who will become his wife. Their arranged meeting swiftly turns into romance, resulting in an ideal match. However, Emile agrees to a 2-year period of travel and self-reflection, realizing there is more to learn about himself and society. The 5th book also introduces Rousseau's theory of the social contract. It closes with Emile's reunion and marriage to Sophie, as well as his commitment to educating his future children, as his tutor did for him. Rousseau's insights into child development continue to resonate with contemporary research. While some of his views on women and their roles have stirred controversy, his vision of raising self-reliant and compassionate individuals rather than manipulative and greedy ones remains a valuable template for creating responsible citizens in our increasingly democratic and participatory world. A final note on translation. The original Emile is obviously in French, and Barbara Foxley's widely recognised English translation captures Rousseau's lively and epigrammatic style, making his ideas accessible to a broader audience. And there you have it, dear listeners. We've embarked on an enlightening exploration of Jean-Jacques Rousseau's thought-provoking philosophy, as showcased in both The Social Contract and Emile, or On Education. From Rousseau's challenging concepts of freedom, sovereignty, and the social contract to his revolutionary ideas about education, we've journeyed through a world of intellectual transformation. Rousseau's influence reaches far and wide, not only within the realms of politics and governance, as exemplified in The Social Contract, but also in the realm of education and childhood development, as vividly portrayed in Emile. His belief in the natural development of individuals, the power of nature, and the pivotal role of education in nurturing good citizens continues to resonate in our evolving society, leaving us with timeless lessons that inspire us to think critically about the world around. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening voyage through the profound ideas of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, spanning both the political and educational realms. Until next time, please do keep questioning, keep learning, and keep unveiling the mysteries of philosophy that lie beyond the text.